Hello, readers of Every Word, and welcome to Every Word 365. I'm your host, Christina Munoz-Madsen, and today we're reading 2 Kings 1 through 3. The Bible has many sobering things to say about the danger of half-heartedness. If you have made a half-hearted commitment to God or a family member, what better time than today to put your whole heart into it? That is, of course, from the reflection and worship page from yesterday. I always just want to encourage you to be sure to read those, even though it's a day off from our readings. If you haven't heard much about the dangers of lukewarm or half-heartedness faith, I have a link that I'm sharing that it really is a must-read. And that, of course, is from Got Questions. In today's reading, we get to say hello to Elisha and goodbye to Elijah. I know, kind of confusing with the names there. I'm including a link from Got Questions on the life of Elisha. A study of the life of Elisha will reveal the prophet's humility, his obvious love for the people of Israel, and his faithfulness in a lifelong ministry. Elisha was obedient to God's call, following Elijah eagerly and faithfully. Elisha clearly believed God and trusted him. Elisha sought after God, and through him, God worked powerfully. And then I'm also including a link on Elijah, and this is on the life of Elijah from gotquestions.org. As was true for Elijah, when we focus on the tumultuousness of life in this world, we can get our eyes off of the Lord and become discouraged. God does display himself in mighty works of power and judgment, such as wind, fire, and earthquakes, but he also relates with us intimately and personally, such as in the quiet whisper. God meets our physical needs, encourages us to examine our own thoughts and behaviors, instructs us in how to proceed, and assures us that we are not alone. When we are attentive to God's voice and walking in obedience to his word, we can find encouragement, victory, and reward. Elijah struggled with typical human frailties, yet he was used mightily of God. It may not be through such obviously miraculous displays of might, but if we are yielded to him, God can use us powerfully for his kingdom purposes too. Doesn't that make you feel better? Regardless of what we struggle with or our past, God can use us too. So then I'm also including another link on Elijah and Elisha. This is from that. Elijah and Elisha's combined legacy continued to influence Israel for some time. Even the New Testament speaks of the expected return of Elijah, a role fulfilled by John the Baptist, the forerunner or the one to announce the coming of the Messiah. And we'll get to all of that when we get to the New Testament, which again is when? October 1st. Here's some good trivia for you. How many biblical characters went to heaven without dying? The answer is 2. Elijah, who we just read about, and Enoch. Back in Genesis 5:24, Enoch walked with God, then he was no more because God took him away. Why? We don't know, but here are some thoughts from gotquestions.org. Why did God take Enoch and Elijah? The Bible does not specifically give us the answer. Some speculate that they were taken in preparation for a role in the end times, possibly as the 2 witnesses that are mentioned in Revelation 11:3 through 12. This is possible, but not explicitly taught in the Bible. It may be that God desired to save Enoch and Elijah from experiencing death due to their great faithfulness in serving and obeying him. Whatever the case, God has his purpose. And while we don't always understand God's plans and purposes, we know that his way is perfect. That is Psalm 18:30. And I guess I could throw in Isaiah right there, one that we keep saying about his ways are not our ways and his thoughts are not our thoughts. And because I'm a numbers person, I just have to end with today's insight. Elisha asked for a double share of Elijah's spirit. It is interesting to note that the Bible records 7 miracles in the ministry of Elijah and 14 in the ministry of Elisha. And because we have finished another book, I'm including the Bible Project overview video, going ahead and including both for 1 Kings and 2 Kings. Again, great information and a great summary of these books that can be really hard to understand. It's creative, it's clear, and they're very well done. So that's why I always include the Bible Project overview video when we finish another book. Tomorrow's reading is 2 Kings 4 through 8. Happy reading! This episode is brought to you by Travel with Friends. Safe, knowledgeable, transformative, educational, fun, unforgettable, connections, personable, amazing, taken care of, safe, scripture brought to life, and life-changing. These are just a few words travelers and hosts describe a trip with Travel with Friends. Traveling to different locations throughout the world, these few words describe what the majority of the tour groups feel and experience. If you want to travel with a trustworthy, dependable, and reliable organization, just give us a call, 501-379-9226, or email friends@travelwithfriends.com, or click the link in the description and let us make your travel dreams come true.